Ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something, brother.
It's Talk Wrestling Live with Felix The Cat Katlovski
and Gemini Joe.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
We heard rumbling. We heard rumors. Homicide. Conan. 5150 at LAX.
Listen live on Mondays at 4 p.m. on NorthCoastUnderground.com.
And follow us on Twitter at TWL 24/7.
I'm in no mood for your wisecrack. Let's get it on.
Hey wrestling fans, we are back on Talk Wrestling Live on the air on NorthCoastUnderground.com, where the underground starts with you. And this is Felix The Cat Katlovski telling you about a Lucha Libre AAA show called Rey de Reyes, and that took place on Saturday, March 16th. There was a lot of relevance between AEW as well as Impact Wrestling on this show, so let's talk about that. Some fans, they knew that the Young Bucks were going to show up at Rey de Reyes. As the Young Bucks, they just couldn't keep it a secret that they were in Mexico, and they took a photo of themselves at the airport in Mexico before the show, and they took it to Twitter for everybody to see. So clearly, the Young Bucks were in Mexico. I'm sure a lot of fans were speculating, what are they going to do? Lucha Libre AAA, they're having a show, so the Young Bucks are probably going to be making an appearance, and I'm sure that was what was on a lot of people's minds. So then we had the AEW Executive Vice President Cody Rhodes. He made an appearance at Rey de Reyes as well. He gave an update on AEW All Elite Wrestling's partnership with AAA earlier in the night. So I guess we could expect some of the luchadors from Mexico's AAA to show up in the US for AEW. And Conan, he ended up interrupting Cody Rhodes, but AAA's Psycho Clown, Taya Valkyrie, Lady Shani, Drago, and Aerostar, they all came in to support Cody Rhodes. So maybe this is a clue that they will be involved with AEW somehow. Anyways, the Young Bucks showed up in Mexico at Lucha Libre AAA for Rey de Reyes, and they showed up unannounced, and they beat the Lucha Bros to become the new Lucha Libre AAA Tag Team Champions. And just before the Lucha Bros lost the gold to the Young Bucks, you had the Lucha Bros, they had just defeated the team of Los Mercenarios. I'm probably butchering that name, Los Mercenarios. And that's Tejano Jr. and Rey Escorpion. But the Lucha Bros stopped taking orders from Conan, and Conan told the Lucha Bros that they couldn't call themselves the best tag team in the world until they could beat a particular team of brothers, and you know that was the Young Bucks. So now Conan did celebrate with the Young Bucks when they won the gold in AAA, and Conan even introduced the Young Bucks before the match. But what was that heat between Conan and Cody Rhodes? I mean, was it just an act, or is there something more to it? I mean, the Young Bucks are clearly the foreigners here, and from the reactions from the fans in attendance, it seemed like they had no idea who the Young Bucks were. But Conan, he's known to align himself with foreigners in AAA, and he's been doing just that for about 20 years, so maybe it wasn't such a surprise after all. This whole feud between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros, it began just last month in February, when the Young Bucks appeared at an event called Come Hell or High Water to make a handshake deal with the Lucha Bros as a possible signing for AEW and to prove which tag team is really the best in the world. And just days later, you had the Lucha Bros. They would show up at AEW's ticket announcement party in Las Vegas to accept a match against the Young Bucks, followed by pile-driving Matt Jackson next to that swimming pool and leading to the Being the Elite podcast to review that footage and hinting at a possible neck injury for Matt Jackson from the Young Bucks. And then on February 23rd, the Young Bucks made an appearance at an AAW show, and they interfered in the Lucha Bros match against LAX and the team of Firefox, that's AR Fox and Myron Reed. And that cost the Lucha Bros the tag team titles, and it resulted in LAX getting the gold back then. Now, going back to Rey de Reyes, that show from Mexico on Saturday, March 16th, it was not Taya Valkyrie's night. I mean, first, her team of Los Perros del Mal, that consisted of Taya Valkyrie, Daga, and Joe Lider, they teamed up and reunited as a faction against El Poder del Norte, but Daga just betrayed Lider and his own team, resulting in El Poder del Norte getting the victory. And it seemed like Daga was trying to move on, and that this era for Los Perros del Mall was over. So then Taya was involved in a run-in after a 4-way street fight when Lady Shani retained her Rey de Reyes championship against Kyra, Chica Tormenta, and Las Hydra. And Taya made the save for Fabi Apache when she was outnumbered by Kyra and Tormenta. Now this was interesting because after Perros del Mal, after that match, it was Taya being attacked by Kyra and Tormenta, with Fabi making the save for Taya, and Fabi and Taya ended up shaking hands. And this was a significant moment because Taya and Fabi, they went from being rivals to joining forces. So it will be interesting to see how this builds up to AAA's flagship show, Triple Mania. Surely Taya and Fabi are now watching each other's back because of Kyra and Tormenta. But could we see Taya's feud with Tessa Blanchard from Impact Wrestling cross over into AAA? That would be huge. Now we also saw TNA founder Jeff Jarrett. He was teaming up with Impact Wrestling's Killer Kross and La Mascara, being defeated by Psycho Clown, Maximo, and Mamba in a cage match. Now there was a family feud between the Alvarado family. La Mascara, he had beef with his cousin Maximo and Psycho Clown. And we saw Killer Kross, he was leaving the cage only to return with a guitar, and he gave it to Jeff Jarrett to use as a weapon. And Jeff Jarrett hit Maximo with it, and Jeff Jarrett was the first to officially escape the cage. Then Mamba was on the other team, and he was the second to escape the cage. You had Killer Kross, he escaped the cage third, but only after getting approval from La Mascara, who seemed to believe that he could get the job done against his cousins, but Maximo escaped fourth. So you had Psycho Clown, he had his mask ripped off, just removed by his cousin, La Mascara, but Super Porky, the father of Psycho and Maximo, he was at ringside, and he brought a new mask for Psycho Clown to wear, giving him his powers back. Yes, there are some paranormal or mythical things about those masks in Lucha Libre. Now, while La Mascara was climbing the cage wearing one of Psycho Clown's masks, Psycho Clown super powerbombed La Mascara through a table, and Psycho Clown escaped, giving the victory to his team. So that's pretty much what I thought was relevant from the Lucha Libre AAA show, Rey de Reyes. And I'm sure we'll be seeing more developments between AEW and Lucha Libre AAA, as well as Impact Wrestling and Lucha Libre AAA. We hope you join us next week on Talk Wrestling Live on NorthCoastUnderground.com, where the Underground starts with you.
You've been listening to Talk Wrestling Live. Listen live on Mondays at 4 p.m. on NorthCoastUnderground.com.
And follow us on Twitter at TWL 24/7.
Goodbye and good night, bad. Rest in peace.